Hello, everyone, and welcome to Cathedral of Shadows, a Megami Tensei podcast. I am Rasen. Here we have
Hey guys,
Katsu.
I am Katsu, cutting Rasen off
Oh,
as usual. I think I did that for like 2 episodes now.
yes.
Well, yeah,
And we have
we
Can't
also
forget
special
about
have
guest.
me. Don't forget about me.
Yes.
Sir
yes, we also have
Lionheart.
hmm
a
Yes.
special guest joining
I
us
think my name
today.
shows up as Robert, I think. I don't think I changed it to Sir Lionheart. I think it's Robert. That's my
We.
real name.
All right. Hello, Robert.
Good,
Sir
Yo,
Robert. Sir Robert Hart.
Sir Robert Hart.
was
I
good.
like that.
All right. Change your YouTube name to that, bro. Okay. So, second guest in our series. So today we're gonna touch a little bit on Let's Plays, but that's not what our episode's focus is going to be. There's a lot of Persona news out there. So, first, we're going to talk about just kind of going off of last episode's Let's Plays. So, Sir Lionheart, what are your views on SMT Let's Plays?
SMT Let's Plays. Now, I never played the SMT game in my life. When it comes to SMT Let's Plays, the only reason I played those games was because pretty much fans requested it. So I didn't know what I was going into pretty much. But these games are some of the most frustrating games to play. Like these games are so frustrating, but at the same time they're fun at the same time. I can't explain it. It's like I don't know. It's like I like the pain. I like the frustration that comes with these games. But like yeah, they're just so frustrating. But in the end, it's so rewarding to see you just go through all that challenge, all that SMT BS, as I like to say. Just get through all that. And then at the end, you're just like, I can't believe I just beat one of the hardest games ever created. That's what I
Yes,
like to think.
That's
that's
a lot. That's a lot of like what new people into the franchise say when they pick up an SMT. They're just like, "Holy shit! Why is this game so challenging?"
yeah.
Right.
And then when they get to the end and they just one shot everything, it's just like, wow, I can't believe I've gone through all that trouble to finally get to this level, and I'm just beating everything in one hit. This is
Right.
amazing.
It's
Of
a
course.
it's great. Just the balance of power you get throughout the thing, where at any moment you can just be like get no turns and just die, or the enemy
Oh
can get
yeah.
no turns and just
Oh
die.
yeah. So many in oh my goodness. It's like at the beginning of Shin Megami Tensei 4, like I was not prepared for
Oh,
anything at
fuck that
all.
tutorial dungeon.
Oh man. Like I died in like the first boss fight. It wasn't even a boss fight. It was like a mini boss. It was like a horde. I died to the first horde in the game. I'm like, really? Should I really be dying at this point? It's like I'm not sure if I just suck or if that's just how it should play out. Like for a beginner in SMT games, like that was like a wake up call. Like, really?
Yeah.
this SMT games definitely aren't a walk in the park. They are brutally difficult in the beginning, but when it gets towards the end, it just gets mad easy.
Yeah.
You can't see him, but I'm shaking my head right now.
I don't know, but those super bosses they got on the side are pretty challenging like that. I
Oh
can't
yeah.
I don't know how to say his name. It's like that
Demiurge,
the fly boss.
Beelzebub.
Oh, Beelzebub.
Yeah, I hate that guy. That guy gave me so much trouble. Like,
I swear, if you put up any like reflective spells, he just casts Megadolo on.
yes.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be part of his AI, but it felt like every time I did, he would just spam Megadolo on for all three of his turns. It pissed me off.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that was part of his mechanic. You couldn't have
Reflect.
yeah, you couldn't have reflect. It's just like the Elizabeth fight in Persona 3.
Oh
If
man.
Yeah.
like certain flags will trigger if you do certain things.
Right.
So,
Like
so oh,
I still haven't beaten Demi Fiend in Digital Devil Saga yet, and
I don't think most people have.
like
I would not be
sure,
surprised if there are people that have had the game since launch.
Demi Fiend. What is that guy? What is that
He's the
like?
he's the guy from
he's
Nocturne,
the he's the main protagonist of SMT Nocturne.
and
He
he's a
appears in
bonus boss in Digital Devil Saga.
and he's
Do I really?
excruciatingly difficult.
Wow. See, I'm questioning if I should actually let's play Nocturne or not. But I keep hearing it's much more difficult than SMT4. I'm like, really?
Yeah, I'd say. Well, I'd say this in SMT4 you have a lot of options for your build. In Nocturne, there's like it's kind of easy to make a really crappy main character and get stuck with it for the rest of the game if you don't look up guides.
That sucks.
Yeah, I mean but at the same time, it's a lot easier to make broken demons, so
Yeah.
Okay.
You
kind
just
of
have to do your
balances out.
research before you jump in there because you might just screw yourself for the rest of the
Yeah.
game.
So we were last episode we were talking about how Nocturne would be a hard game to let's play because 90% of the game is just random encounters. How do you handle random encounters in your let's plays? Do you cut them out? Do you keep them in? What do you do for those?
For the most part, what I usually try to do is like off camera, I'll like grind to like a certain point to where I know I can handle any random encounters that I do encounter because I'll try to skip random encounters while I'm recording or whatever.
Yeah.
But for like certain quests where I have to actually fight hordes or whatever, I'll just keep all those random encounters in or whatever. But most of the time, like what I do for RPG Let's Plays in general, I'll like create like a scene selection. So if you don't want to see me go through like all these random encounters, like at the beginning of the video, I give you like three scenes, like or whatever scenes I have in the video. Like you can select this story scene if you don't want to see all the random encounters here. Select this, or if you want to go straight to the end and just watch what you came here to watch, just watch that. I just give everybody an option to see what they want to watch or whatever. But for the most part, I'll leave in most of the random encounters I do, encounter if I do encounter any
I should
random
do,
encounters.
I should do that for my own Let's Plays. I don't know, understand why I haven't thought about that before.
See, that's
Just have scene select.
yeah, that's a thing that I guess a lot of new Let's Players don't think about is there's a lot of people that don't care for seeing you fight your like 500th slime on episode 240 where you're not even one-fourth of the way through the game yet.
Right.
That's the thing I think more people need to realize is that RPGs are Let's Playable in video form. It's just that you need to take the time and, make sure that it's not, gratuitously like grind heavy or else it
Yeah.
just becomes a pain.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to watch his shit.
Um, So, do you have any more SMT type Let's Plays coming up in the future, do you think, or are you good for now?
I actually want to take on the DLC bosses in SMT4 because I got so far in the game. I was like, I wonder how challenging these DLC bosses. I've been hearing a lot about it, and I want to take on these bosses and see how challenging they really are. I think the one people were telling me about were the Ancient Days boss or whatever. I don't know who that boss is, but they've been telling me how difficult that guy is, and like a
He's
lot of my
he's not the
strategy.
hardest, which is the worst part.
He's
There's
not.
Really?
yeah, there are harder bosses.
Wow. Okay.
Like the last DLC boss, if I recall correctly, he gets 8 turns every.
What?
Yeah, he gets 8 turns, and you have like I think eight like times you have 8 turns to defeat him or something. Like it's a time limit boss,
Wow.
and he gets like 8 press turn icons for every time he goes. So
I
Yeah.
gotta, I gotta prepare myself for that. Then I gotta create like one of the most broken demons in the game. Then I don't know how you do that, but someone told me that there are certain demons that get these ridiculous like set of skills if you do it right.
yeah,
Like I was hearing about Kanuki throw and dark energy and all this other stuff. I'm like,
Demon
how do I,
Eho,
what is
one
that?
of Demon Eho. He's a Jack Frost. He's like a
Where?
Jack Frost demon that you can
he's wearing a
He
Demonica.
has yeah, he's wearing a Demonica. He's a domain boss in SMT4,
Oh,
and
is he pretty
he
good?
has yeah, he has this exclusive physical skill that is really good. You should definitely fuse him
Okay, but
because
He's really
he
good in the main game. For the DLC,
yeah,
is still useful, but for the main game, he's really good too.
That's what I kind of like about SMT games. They give you so much stuff to choose from in the battle system.
Yeah,
Like in Persona, it's so linear. The damn growth system. Like I don't like the fact that you can't really like you know choose the way you grow. Because in Persona 2, they had it. Persona 2 had it to
yeah.
where every time you level up, you get to choose a couple of stat points to put into strength, agility, or whatever. And that was pretty cool to me. And then I go to like Persona 3 and Persona 4. I was like, I wish I could do that. What they did in Persona 2, like choose how I can grow. Rather, I can be a super magic or, super powerful magic person or just straight physical person. That'd have been cool. But like SMT4, like I like the battle system a lot in that one, way more than Persona stuff. I think it was more challenging than like Persona 4 and Persona 3.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I didn't care for in Persona 3 especially was that for a lot of those Tartarus floor bosses, it almost seemed like you need to have one specific persona to
Oh,
like
Yeah,
deal with them, and it wasn't
one specific
great.
persona, like very specific party members. Sometimes I know
Yeah.
there's one boss, Yukari would just get blown up every time. Every 5 seconds, she would just get blown up by this boss, and then you'd be stuck dying every time because the enemy would get one more off. It was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
so
Oh,
yeah, go ahead.
Nope.
oh, you can go.
I
Yes.
completely forgot what I was talking about. I have short-term memory.
All right. That's all good. I guess we can move on to our next topic. So, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax Ultra Super Hyper HD Remix Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 Persona
2013.
4 Arena version 2013 Cross Tekken Suplex.
um, Persona 4 Ultra, Persona 4 Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold, the
That
latest in the Persona family. The sequel to Persona 4 Arena, set a few days after the first game. Everyone has done some power leveling. They were grinding off those Pringles guys and
how do
Magatsu Inaba.
how does that make you feel knowing everyone sunk time into this game that apparently is not even really that important because a few days later that everyone's fighting again?
It's ridiculous.
Um, all I have to say is, thank goodness they're updating the game. I thought they were just
Yeah.
gonna leave it as was, but I
Yeah,
guess I guess when
I
they
thought they were jumping ship for BlazBlue and Guilty Gear, but I'm glad they're giving Persona 4 Arena some love.
I guess because like the studio was completely impressed by how well it did.
Yeah,
They
I
didn't
heard.
think the game would do as well as it did. Like, holy
Yeah.
crap, the game sold so much.
I think it sold better than some other fighting games in Japan. It actually sold more than I believe Street Fighter Cross Tekken and some other fighting games. I believe that.
One thing
Yeah.
I thought was really weird was not that their program stuff really matters, but Spike TV, which I guess is kind of relevant but not really because whatever, but they voted it like number one fighting game, and I was just so
Yeah.
yeah for
What?
Like
20.
almost all of the leading gaming magazines and journalism sites voted Persona 4
Yeah,
Arena as the number one fighting game of the year,
I just
except
remember
GameSpot for some reason.
I just remember
Just
though
GameSpot.
that they had that Strange Journey review. Their opinion doesn't matter.
Yeah.
But they like I was just sitting there. I remember because I watched the Spike TV award thingies just for shits and giggles. But I was just sitting there like thinking like, this is such a like niche game to think I'd see even just a gameplay footage like even if it's like 3 seconds long on Spike TV. It's pretty
Spike
ridiculous.
TV.
Yeah,
Spike TV. I
yeah,
wouldn't have imagined that on Spike
The
TV.
most
yeah.
testosterone induced
Yes,
TV channel. And there it is, Persona 4 Arena, number one fighting game.
I would have
Yeah,
been surprised. Like I am surprised
yeah.
about that. Wow.
Like that game,
Then when
that
it went
game
to
is a lot more successful than everyone would have thought
a
it
lot of
was
people
it's gonna
think.
be. Yeah.
And then it went to Evo, everyone just lost their shit. I know I
Oh, that
did.
was amazing.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Like
Lord
Mr.
Knight got
I
bodied.
was there. I was there during like the live announcements for the Evo games. Mr. Wizard just kept trolling us. He was just like, "Wait, there's one more game," and then it was this. He's like, "There's one more game," and it was this. He was like, "There's one more game," and it's Persona 4 Arena. I was like, "Oh, oh
and,
my god, Persona!"
and then they added an injustice to the end, and everyone's like, "Oh,
Everyone got pissed because Skullgirls.
oh yeah, that's true. I forgot about that." I wonder if see, because what I'm wondering is Evo usually every year they have one anime fighter. They usually limit it to one like streamed tournament. So I wonder if that's going to be BlazBlue or Persona 4 Arena Suplex, whatever. I still refuse to call it by its full name.
It would probably
That,
be
that is
Blaze
going to
Blue.
be interesting because
I'm thinking it will be.
since the arcade,
Nope.
Go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
the arcade version of P4U2 is coming out this winter. We don't know when the console version comes out, and winter is usually when the Evo lineup gets announced
Hmm.
for
Yeah.
when what's happening, what's coming out. So we don't know if they're going to include BlazBlue Current Phantasma. We don't know if they're going to include Persona 4 Arena again, which will pretty be weird because what if Persona 4 Ultimate 2 comes out like right in the middle of Evo time?
Okay.
Then
Um,
like the community might do what they did with BlazBlue Calamity Trigger and just take it out of the tournament because Contagion ship was out.
yeah.
So I
I
have no idea what happened.
There's something interesting with I guess just the Blaze Blue thing. Once they announced that this Evo is going to be on Xbox, um, someone said something like, "Well, I guess that rules out Blaze Blue and Guilty Gear whenever that comes out because they're Sony exclusive." And apparently, Mr. Wizard went on record saying if a game plays better on PS3 or is PS3 exclusive, that's not going to count it out. So a lot of people just thought that was saying, "Oh, well, Tekken will be fine," because Tekken, for those of you that don't know, the Tekken arcade software is basically just like a PlayStation 3 inside of an arcade cabinet. Um, so people were
Oh, I
thought,
see.
yeah, so people were thinking, oh well, Tekken will still be on PS3 or whatever. But
Hmm.
he worded it in a way that makes it sound like there are a few PS3 exclusive games coming to Evo, which honestly is the only thing coming out that I can think of that'll be even available at Evo 2014 would be Chrono Phantasma. So I'm gonna guarantee that game's gonna be in this year's Evo lineup.
Let's shift back to Persona 4 Ultimate Suplex Hold, whatever that game
Yes.
is.
So we have a new character, which
He
mixed
is a he
results
is
from the
a
fan base.
character. He is a character from the popular anime Shingeki no Kyojin, also known as Attack on Titan. As you can tell by his dual blades, those are 3D movement gear. He probably is going to have some sort of fuel meter that allows him to like zip across the screen like how it is in Arcana Heart with the homing. So it might be like that, or he could just be a completely original character, and everybody just needs to stop panicking.
Yeah.
Anyway, his name is Sho Minazuki. He is completely original to Persona 4 Arena, not like Labris, who was mentioned in the Persona 3 drama CDs and all that stuff.
Yeah. So there's a lot of mixed reaction from, I guess, show so far. A lot of people, including me, were quick to point out he looks very generic, like
Yeah.
anime-y, I guess. He's a redheaded kid with two like an X scar on his face, dual wielding katanas. You cannot get any more anime-ish than that.
Anime! Ah!
Well, I mean, it's kind of odd because like while like the rest of the cast is like anime-ish, they're they're still kind of toned down. But I mean, like
Yeah.
redheaded, dual wielding katanas, scars at the age of like 17. It's a little much.
Did you
No
see that
one,
one
no,
screenshot of him in like I think it was like the story mode or the OP? He looks really edgy in that screenshot. Like straight up crawling in my skin edgy.
he looks like a villain or an anti-hero. I will say that. So if they make his personality match his very too edgy 5 me appearance, um, then I guess they will. I'll give him kind of a pass, I guess. But I guess another thing people have been kind of pissed off about is instead of another character from like Persona already, we got this guy.
Yeah.
Which is kind of depressing, I'm gonna admit. I would have really liked to see a Persona 2 or 1 character instead of this kid.
But hey, they could easily just reveal one more character between now and arcade.
Right.
There is one more character they need to reveal yet, so
Yeah. His name is Minato. One wake uh,
that would be
wake up
so
anime fighting
amazing.
game community.
Dude, everybody be so hyped.
Yeah.
I joked about that on Twitter. I was like, I told Jordal this. I was like, what if the very final Persona 4 climax TV they show Minato for like 3 seconds and then like the TV goes out and then 3 weeks later he's announced as DLC. How would everyone react to that?
Dude, no, I still stand by my word. They need to have Koromaru.
Playable Koromaru?
Yes.
Maybe. They should
Just
have playable Ken so everyone can beat him up.
that too. No, just like imagine Koromaru though. It's just this little tiny dog just going around aerial raves, barking everywhere. It'd be great.
Like he
Um,
has this one move. He has this one like barking move that stuns you in place.
yeah. Cerberus just popping out, breathing fire. It'd be great.
I still want
Yeah.
Dojima and Nanako. Dojima and Nanako.
Yes.
Nanako as Dojima's
Persona.
persona.
So, my
No, you
God.
could have no flip it. You got to have Dojima as Nanako's persona. So like just this little girl, then all of a sudden this like giant like cop dude just pops out of
Just,
nowhere and just
just,
starts shooting at you.
Throwing
just
bourbon,
flashes coffee on you.
throwing bottles of alcohol.
Yes,
Oh God.
yes.
Yes.
Um. So do you want
So
to get into more Persona 4 Arena changes and stuff?
yeah, the Loke test is out, is happening, and there's quite a few changes that have been implemented from the last Loke test. Like a whole bunch of crazy stuff that probably isn't going to stick until the final game, but there is some interesting changes that they made. For one, in the previous Loke test, the protagonist, his his sweet 5D that everyone hates was gone, and that was
Yes.
back. It's back, but it's not the same. It's kind of nerfed, and he has this 100% combo that does like 8K on Kanji and Chie,
Oh, that's
and everyone's like,
fantastic.
"Oh my God,
I
Rexus,
think
please."
they gotta
Yeah,
change it. They
Yeah,
gotta change it.
yeah.
they'll do that.
Um, Chie's sweet 5D shenanigans is still gone. She can't do that anymore.
That's
That's out of
great.
here. But
That's great.
she gets she gets all these new stuff,
It's
or like
okay.
lunge punch.
She's got a lunge punch.
Yeah.
I'm okay. I used to spam Okimi all day, but now I can't. But it's okay because I got a lunge punch. It's all gravy.
FC lunge punch starters 50 meter and it does like 7.5K. That's insane. Um,
All she needs now is a dive kick, and she be straight.
Then she can be in dive kick.
Yes,
yeah,
dive kick.
Dive kick, best game ever made. Go buy it right now. They didn't even pay me to say that. I swear. No, but
the Ultimax.
yes.
Kanji has like stuff. He has Primal Force, which is like this huge ass tackle. But forget about those clowns. Let's talk about Junpei. Yeah. So
Junpei.
Junpei has a lot of interesting stuff. Nobody seems to know how his supers work though, because like his supers have these strange mechanics.
Oh,
And,
really?
Yeah, it's like he has his usual like 236, 236, A, B, and then like afterwards he could do A, B, C, and D, and they each do different stuff. It's kind of confusing. We need to see some video.
So it's like
He
a
seems like a
custom super.
gimmicky. He sounds like a
Yeah,
gimmicky character.
he's on paper he seems pretty gimmicky, but at the same time we haven't played the game yet, so we don't know what he's about.
Something I want to point out is that in Arc System Works games, pretty much half the cast are like not gimmicks, but have like really weird play styles. Like I just remember getting into Blaze Blue and having like people that knew what they were doing telling me it's like I was like, okay, so how do I play this character? They'd be like, oh, you need to play really defensive for the first half of the match, then you can like as like you get more meter and blah blah blah, you can start, like rushing down more and stuff like that. And it's like Arc System is really good with making like really diverse and just flat out weird characters in
Yes.
fighting games. Like Venom from Guilty Gear, who I've been kind of getting into Guilty Gear recently. The most like weird like moves and options available. So Persona 4 Arena actually was pretty tame in that regard. They had some interesting characters, but I think they kind of like downsized it to be more accessible. But it looks like they're gonna have a lot of that Arc System Works touch on the characters in this new version too.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And the fact that they're adding Yukari, who uses a bow, and no other Arc System Works
The
character has used a
female
bow
Hawkeye.
ever.
Yes. Uh,
So this game's going to be crazy.
yeah, Narukami in general too. It seems like they want to like get him away from because a lot of people, like kind of criticized him. Oh, he's just the standard beginner character, and they
Yeah.
look like they're trying to give him a lot more options, and I really like that.
Yeah. Especially with this rumored suplex that he's going to get.
Yes.
I guess gets a suplex too.
Yes.
That's why. I guess that's why they're calling it suplex hold, because I guess in Narukami you're just gonna suplex each other all day.
Just that's gonna be like just imagine like if like Street Fighter Five they came out. This is something I always thought was funny. Just like with the name, they're basing it off of like one person's move. So like imagine if all of
Yeah.
a sudden like Street Fighter Five came out, they're like Street Fighter Five Metsu Hadoken. Like like I think that's really interesting naming, but it does stick out in your mind for being
Right.
just
Yeah.
so ridiculous, and I really like that.
It's so ridiculous. What is this ridiculous game about? I need to play it.
Then
It's
again,
pretty
the
much
Persona 4 Arena's like actual name is like the Ultimate Mayonaka Arena, which they changed for over here. So I wonder if they're gonna do that when localization comes around. Because let's be fair,
they probably are.
that's not the most easily like advertisable name.
Yeah.
So
Buy Persona 4 Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. Get it today.
at first I thought the name was Hollow because in the trailer the D at the end of Hold looks
Yeah.
like an O, and I'm like I read it as Hollow, and I'm like, what? And then the guy said it, and I'm like, oh, never mind. So
Ultimaxu Ultra Suprexu Horiro.
yes. Um.
Yeah.
So I guess that's enough Persona 4 Arena talk, unless either of you have anything to add on.
Not really. I would rather want to play the game first before I actually have any kind of discussion about it.
Yeah.
I just
same
got to
here.
get hands on with it.
I have too many fighting games to get good at. I'm depressed because this is gonna come out, and
Yeah.
uh, that's my issue.
All right.
Trying to balance all these fights. I remember when this game or Blaze Blue first came out, I was trying to play Street Fighter 4 at the same time, and then at the same time they got all these balance releases. Like they changed the game like every 6 months, and I was like, I can't
Yeah.
keep up with this. And then Ultimate Marvel Capcom, I'm like, oh, I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
sticking to one fighter, and that's it.
It gets to the point where you try FADC and like Blaze Blue or something. And like,
Yes.
I need to stop.
Yeah.
One more burst, like trying to burst out
You
of
try
combos in
bursting.
Marvel.
Marvel.
I'm like, I can't get out this combo, man. I'm trying to burst in Marvel.
I'm trying to
It's not
burst.
working. It's not working.
Can't burst.
That's why I just think the Arc System works fighting games. They're pretty similar enough in style for you to
It got
just
to the point
go
where
from one to next.
one time in Street Fighter 4, I think I actually, when talking to people online, said like Astral Finish instead of Super.
Yeah.
I
I
did
do
that.
that all the time. I do that all the time. I say Astro Finish in Persona 4 Arena because I'm so used to Astro Finishes
Yeah.
in Blaze Blue. So the instant kill is, I guess that's what they call it in Persona 4. I just replace it with Astro Finish because I'm so used to saying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
All right.
Um.
Changing gears.
Yes.
Let's talk about this Persona 4 not Persona 4, but this
Persona
Persona
Studio.
Studio website that surfaced right after the
Yes.
P4 Suplex trailer.
Persona 5.
November 24th, we will get some information about what this website is about. Will it be Persona 5 or will it be some major troll that Arc System Works did not too long ago? If you've been following,
It just has to be.
Now there are two
Has to be
theories. Two theories. One, and I guess the most common is Persona 5. Reason to support this, there's the Persona Studio thing at the bottom. And also, the website is predominantly red, so some people are saying, since all the Personas are color-coded, 5 will be red. One
Wasn't
issue,
2 red?
yeah, exactly.
yeah, Persona 2 was red.
That's the first issue I want to bring up. If it was Persona 5, it would, unless they're just like, because they do kind of flat out ignore 1 and 2 a lot of times now, which is depressing. But then we'll have 2 reds, and that's just not good. They need to have something different, like green or
Well, purple was.
wait, no,
Persona
purple was
1.
Persona 1. That's right.
Yeah.
So green or orange or something, black,
Oh,
white.
I was gonna say gold, but Persona 4.
Persona 4.
Yeah.
The golden.
Maybe silver.
Oh yeah, then platinum.
Yeah. Platinum. Yeah.
Interested. I hope it is Persona 5. Like, I really hope it is because I absolutely love Persona games simply because of the character development they have. Like, I love the social links, Like I love that feature of the games, and of course the story, and then the gameplay. I'm okay without it. Like it's okay, but like the social links are pretty entertaining in itself in the story. I like it. I
Yeah.
like it. I definitely want to journey through another Persona game very soon because those games are fun.
So if there was anything about the battle system and like the recent Persona games, what would you change about it?
The
Mm,
cha- well, one thing they should definitely bring back, and I said it like 6,000 times in my Persona 2 Innocent Sin playthrough, they should bring back those team attacks. I love the team attacks. Not just I know they brought some back in Persona 4 Golden, but that was just after all out attacks, and that was
yeah.
kind of lame. But they should like have it to where like you do certain things like social links. The more the more you power up the social link, the more moves you unlock with these characters. Like they should give you like different types of attacks whenever you rank up your social link. So you would get different team up moves like with different skills. Like let's say if I got Zio and the other main character has water or whatever or Bufu.
Bufu. Yeah.
My bad, Final Fantasy. I'm
They
sorry.
actually have water in Persona 2, don't they? Like, don't they have a water or
It's like
something?
Aqua. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but yeah, they
Persona
should.
2 has a bunch of elements that are never seen again in any of the other
Yeah, they
games.
had nuclear damage, and they had like seriously, what's her name? Yukino. I
um,
forgot. I think it's Yukino, right? Yuki.
something. I
Yeah,
haven't played
Something.
Persona 2 past like 5 hours, which I should get on, but yeah, something like that, I think.
and she was reflecting nuclear damage. I was like, how is that possible? How can you reflect nuclear damage? It's
You
like
just do it.
send her to North Korea and we win. We win.
Yes.
Yes.
But yeah, I think they should definitely try to switch up the gameplay a lot more with like team attacks. They should actually bring back the ability to actually, customize how you grow in these games, gameplay wise, of course. Like I should be able to choose like what I want to do with my character's stat attributes, like try to give them
Yeah.
strength or magic. I would definitely want to see that in a Persona game. And there's a couple other stuff I said a whole bunch of times, but I cannot seem to remember at this time. But definitely
Um,
that.
Mm.
One thing I've brought up in previous podcast episodes, or maybe just once or twice, have you ever played Devil Survivor 2?
I've heard things about it, but I never played it.
Oh, one thing in there, they have kind of a social link system, but it's called the Fate system, and instead of 10 levels, it's 5, and every time you level up, you get something new from it. And I think they should replace the social link system with the Fate system just because, let's be honest, in Persona, like social links 1 through 3 are almost always, hey, let's go get some food, hey, let's go
Right.
study together, and then
Right.
you get nothing out of it. I think it'd be really cool if they like just streamlined it down to 5 and you get everything for one thing, just for that added impact. I think that'd be really good.
Yeah.
Like rank one, your character's like base stats or whatever will go up, and you're able to fuse this persona now.
Yeah.
Rank two, you'll be able to fuse this persona now, and your party member will be able to like take mortal blows for you and all that stuff.
Right.
And then
And
Yeah.
so
then
on and
you
so
unlock
forth.
this skill in battle. You can use the team up in battle and do this skill. That would
Yeah.
be cool.
And if they're going to actually include dating elements back in Persona 5,
Do it.
can they at least like influence the story? Because that was one of the
Yes.
things that bothered me in
Yeah.
Persona 3.
Like
Like
one thing I
what was
was
the point
saying.
of
Go ahead.
getting a girlfriend if they weren't going to change the story in any dramatic way outside of like
Optional
Christmas?
scenes. Yeah.
Yes.
Like they should perform differently in battle if that happened. It's
Yeah.
kind of that would be kind of ridiculous though. Cause let's say if you like cheat on like every girl in the group, then you are just shit out of luck for the final boss or something.
No,
Like
just
Yeah.
I would love if they did that because like Persona 3, well, like Persona 3, like you have the thing where it's like they'll be mad at you, but then you can just like apologize to them and all the females will be okay with you cheating on them, which is terrible. Persona 4, no
I
one cares.
I know in Persona 4 Golden you get bodied if you do. In
ooh,
the Valentine's Day scene,
Oh
if you
yeah,
like
but
try to go the harem route,
that's like one scene that
that's an optional
you
scene.
know what I
So
want them to do in Persona 5 just for laughs is just have it like that, except like towards the end of the game, everyone realizes that you've been cheating, like everyone, and just like those party members leave.
That'd be
Oh my
so
god.
That would be
heartaching,
such a
dude.
great troll. Just imagine the pissed off fanboys on like Game FAQs and Reddit, just like,
Yes.
why did I get punished for being a terrible person? Oh, it would be great.
Yes, that they should do
That
that. They
sounds
should definitely
that
do
sounds like
that.
something that Atlas would do. That sounds like something they would do.
Yeah.
Yes. That'd be like Metal Gear Solid level trolling.
They've been taking notes from Kojima.
Yes.
Oh man, another cool thing I think would be cool, like during like the school sessions, like I feel like you should be able to skip classes and hang out with certain members
Smoke
or
weed
certain
every
social
day.
links.
Smoke weed every day. 420 blaze it.
Do cocaine off of a hooker's ass.
Oh my god. Hey, Persona is an M-rated title. Why not?
Oh man, they should like
Oh my
introduce
god.
drugs in the next game. Do drugs, perform this better in battle.
If you don't
Nice.
stop one of your
Oh,
party members from going to that party, he's gonna die in a drunk driving accident. These are
oh
issues that
god.
Persona can touch upon in the lives of Japanese
Yes.
youth.
Oh man, that would be so great.
That'd be
Like,
so
come on,
amazing.
they're M-rated anyway.
Yes.
It's already
Yeah.
M-rated. Why not?
It wouldn't be any worse than what Grand Theft Auto is doing. So
Yes. So I was actually talking about they probably will in the next Grand Theft Auto just allow you to go rape women or men
probably,
anytime.
probably,
Why not?
it's getting to that point. Um,
Why not?
so, uh, and then I guess the second theory for the teaser site is it's just a concert.
Oh no. No.
That-
Well, concerts. Yeah, I like the concerts though, but I'd still be kind
that'd be
of
such a tease.
yeah.
So the reason for this, there's a few things that are saying this. There's a Persona 3 concert recently. I guess that was just a few weeks back. And they were, advertising Persona 3, the movie there. And the reason people are saying this is maybe it's another one of those because the website lists November 24th, I think it is, and that's the day after Persona 3, the movie, comes out in Japan in theaters.
Mm.
And also,
I'd have thought about that.
yeah, and then also because there's 5 cities located, so people are saying, oh, that's where there's going to be concerts or whatever.
Oh,
So who knows?
Oh.
I'm kind of sad now because that sounds like
That
it would
sounds
actually
more.
happen.
I know. I'm
It sounds realistic.
like because that's the other thing too. Because I was thinking about it more, and at first I was like, oh, it's Persona 5, and these are all the cities that are going to be in the game. And then I started thinking, wait a second, you only usually go in one like city.
What if they
town,
what if they usually
Persona.
what if they reveal Persona 5 in those cities?
Oh,
Like have like on the big LED screen they play the Persona 5 trailer over and over for a set amount of time.
And then go into a big concert that lasts for an hour and yeah.
Persona
That'd be
5
Yeah.
concert, yes. Actually, I guess bringing the two topics we just talked about together, some people are thinking that show from the Persona 4 Arena Suplex told, I'm never going to call it by its full name, I'm sorry, guys. Are some people are saying maybe he's from Persona 5 or maybe he's the main character of Persona 5.
But he has red hair and the background is red. Oh my goodness.
Oh shit, you're right. I
Oh
never
my
thought of that.
goodness! Oh my god! You might
Um,
be onto something. Persona
the,
5 confirmed.
the thing that would be so weird to just like have the character in like this weird fighting game spin-off first.
Well,
That'd be
wasn't
really
Labras mentioned in some
drama CD.
drama CD though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she wasn't the main character of like a new like mainline installment. Like
Oh,
that'd be so
right.
like weird just to have just like suddenly this new guy just pop in and that'd be really
What if
weird, but I
Elizabeth-
guess that'd be a cool way to do it.
What if Elizabeth was the protagonist instead of Persona 5? Because
That'd be-
spoilers,
Dude.
at the end of Persona 4 Arena, she does get the full card,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
so it's not out of the realm of possibility.
I'm part of the group of people that want like Personas 1 through 4's loose ends to like tie up before Persona 5, and I'm kind of hoping that's what the next Arena game does, hopefully, but who knows.
Who knows? If Arena does end all of the first 4 Personas
Loose ends.
loose ends, then that'll be super great. But if
That would
not,
be amazing.
we'll just have to wait until the next Persona.
Because it would pave the way for like a new like people, and people would
Yeah.
stop fan theorizing or wanting old characters back and stuff. So
Yeah.
Um, so I guess that's it for Persona 5 discussion. We have some emails, and also I'll have a link to that teaser site in the description. So, time to answer some email questions, and I think we have too many to answer in one episode this time. That doesn't mean you should stop sending them, though. So, if you want
Yes.
a question answered on our podcast, email us at cathedralofshadows@gmail.com.
All
Okay,
right.
so um, yeah, guys, keep the emails coming. If you've never emailed us before, don't be shy. I'm seeing a lot of repeats from other people, and that's awesome. I love the guys that constantly email us in, but I want to see some new faces. Come on, guys, you can
Yeah, come on, step it up.
show us the email. Come on, step it up.
I
Yes.
think I'm gonna have to send an email now.
Oh yeah, yeah. See,
Yay.
be
There it is.
just like Sir Lionheart right here.
Send an
So
email.
we actually, yeah, we have a lot of return emailers, which cool guys. So Jordan asks if you could create the next installment in the SMT series, what would you add when it comes to characters, demons, and story?
Hmm.
Hmm.
I will add a female protagonist.
Yeah, or the option too. That's what I would
Yeah,
love to
or
have.
gender option, or just straight up female protagonist.
Yeah, the gender option is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Because Atlas has considered adding the female protagonist to a mainline SMT, but they just haven't. Well, they've had female protagonists in
If.
SMT before, but yeah, SMTF, but like
Yeah.
so like straight up solely female protagonists. They have considered it, but they haven't actually gotten around to doing it.
So one thing I would like is if we could finally get like I have gone on record saying that I defend like the SMT like characters and stuff and say they're good characters. It's just that we don't see a lot of them, I guess. Like SMT games, mainline games are very minimalistic and characters aren't necessarily a integral part of that. I think the characters are still good for what they are, but I would really like to see just like in-depth character analysis and stuff like that. I think I've said this before. If something is mediocre but it has good characters, I will generally probably like that series. Stephen King um, is my favorite author, and that's why I love the characters and stuff he writes. So I think it'd be really cool to have law, chaos, and neutral themes going on, but just explore why these characters believe that in more depth. Because sometimes it's just like, oh no, this bad thing happened. I need to turn to God or the demons now. And
Hmm.
it's like we could get something a lot more in depth with like backstories and stuff.
I would have been I would have been so in love with Isabeau if they went in depth with her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. I let's see, characters, demons, and story. Demons. I don't know.
Um,
Um. We have a lot of demons already.
Like
yeah.
400 and something, right? Or is
It's
it
like
more than
Yeah, in
that?
SMT4.
yeah, I think it's 400 something in SMT4.
That's the most we've had in any SMT ever, I believe.
Yep.
Really?
So I can't really delve too into like demons because I mean they're all there. Maybe get like a new Jack Frost variant, and that's about it.
Yeah, I mean, actually, I'm taking another, in college, I'm taking another, like, myths and legends type of class thing. We've been talking a lot about
I'm
ancient
taking a
Mesopotamia.
myths. I'm taking a myths and legends class too. Oh my god,
Oh,
do we go to the same
yeah,
school?
probably. We're probably the same person. But
Yeah, who
yeah, I
knows?
just got done typing up a 15-page thing on Dante's Inferno. Not fun. Anyways, no, but we were, talking about like ancient Mesopotamian gods and stuff like that, and a lot of those are really cool. And I know they have quite a few in there already, like Tiamat and stuff like that. But I think it'd be
Yeah,
really cool if they delve into those because that's kind of there's a lot of really cool figures in that. Like their god of creation is a pretty cool guy. I'm not sure if he's been in an SMT before.
he's a pretty
So,
cool guy who doesn't afraid of anything.
mhm. um, Sir Lionheart, do you have anything with demons or characters that you
Demons
would?
and characters. I would. I'm not sure how it is because I only played one SMT game, but I would love to see more, main characters instead of just having them as guests. Actually, have them in the party, I guess, and just swap them out for demons. But I guess they would have to change up the gameplay a little bit too.
In SMT 1 and 2 and If, which is kind of like a side story but still considered the main series, they did that, and instead of having a four like character slot party, you had six characters.
Oh,
Like, so you would have like your main character and then whatever human characters, and then usually like four or five demons. So I would like to see that return. That'd be pretty cool, actually.
SMT Nocturne kind of did that. They did that with Dante.
But he was technically a demon, which was dumb, but still,
really? So
yeah,
you can
Yeah,
recruit
Dante.
Dante?
yeah.
What?
Yeah, from Devil May Cry.
Featuring
SMT3 had
Dante from
Dante.
Devil May Cry.
Yeah, featuring Dante from Devil May Cry series.
Is
I
that
like how
what they
that's become.
advertised it as?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that's
Like it's
advertised on the
if
box.
Wow.
if
You'll
we
see
if
like
we have an inside joke in our podcast, it's that, or I guess just
yeah,
running gag. That is the one thing that we always make fun of on this podcast. But, or I
featuring
guess it's
Dante.
more that's Katsu's thing. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Persona
He just,
5 will have Dante in it.
yes. Well, it's just so great because I was listening to the old podcast. You just pull it out for like the most random instances. I love it. Anyway, so um I guess yeah, it'd be cool to see more party members like playable instead of just my demons are amazing and then they use Zon except it reflects Zon so they just hurt themselves, and
Right.
AI and the SMT4 guests weren't always that great.
Yeah.
Being
The
able to, I
SMT4
want,
guess AI were pretty frustrating.
right. I wish
I
they
know.
would like allow you to control the AI because it was like multiple times where Walter would do something stupid and reflect it. I think,
And then the enemy will start smirking, and then you get
yes,
bonked.
yes,
And also either get rid of the like little dialogue thingies or like change them up more because I got such as a samurai skill stuck in my head.
Such as the samurai skill.
It's just like the most like cheesiest line. It's just got stuck in my head. Um, so and then I guess story.
Most unlucky for you. Over and
My
over
demons
and
are a bit
over.
different.
yup.
Um,
Behold my demons.
Papaya salad.
Isabel does one and she just goes like right or something like that, or oh no, she goes like pardon me or
Yeah.
something like that, and it's like okay, but
Yeah. Pardon me over and over and over.
yes, okay, then this guy lastly wants to know story. Um, actually, there's a guy on our MegaTen. Maybe I'll link to the thread in the description. But he was talking about how he's starting to think that Law, Chaos, and Neutral is getting a bit overdone, and that we should like try moving on to something more different, like Nocturne did. Uh,
Mm, mm,
which I
hmm.
think we don't need to abandon Law, Neutral, Chaos completely, which is kind of Nocturne.
We just need to maybe like take a fresher spin on Law Chaos Neutral. Well,
Um,
if you like try to take it out completely, then it's not really an SMT anymore because
well,
that's like the biggest thing the
yeah.
series has, I believe.
So this is the way I view it. And no one agrees with me on this. There's a few people that do, but in Nocturne, you have the three reasons, which are your three like standard easy to get endings, and it's kind of weird because they're not exactly not law neutral in chaos, but you can kind of draw parallels. Like Chiaki is very freedom and those who are strong make the rules type of person.
Yeah,
Izumu doesn't, or Isamu, however you say his name, doesn't want to be involved, so I've always viewed him as more neutral. And then Hikawa was always more everyone should be equal to God, which is kind of blasphemous to the law side. Like in
yeah,
most law people think that God is God and you shouldn't challenge him. But at the same time, he wants equality. He wants every member of the human race, and I think he even says all the demons to be like just one entity or like equal. So it's kind of interesting because you have law, neutral, and chaos for all three of those reasons, and then you kind of have two neutrals in like the bad ending, and I guess like the regular neutral ending, and then you have like flat out chaos and the true
and
demon.
the True Demon. Yeah,
So it's kind of interesting because they're not exactly law, neutral, chaos, but they kind of have like similarities to each, and they never call them law, neutral, and chaos. They always say like the reason of blah 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 or true demon ending or stuff like that. So um
so it would be it would be a very nice interpretation if they do make
Oh
another
my God, what is going outside?
alignment thing. Oh,
oh, what happened?
All right, I don't
Oh,
ha I have no clue, but there was like a Harley Davidson thing going on for about I don't know, 2 weeks
Oh,
here.
stupid Skype
oh.
ads thing.
No, no, outside it's crazy. Like
Oh,
a pack of Harley Davidson drivers just went through here. That was insane.
oh, were you
So
fearing for your life?
Just a little bit. It was so loud. It was so loud.
I didn't hear it, so
Okay,
oh,
that's a good
that's
thing.
probably won't
that's
get picked up.
If I was
All
using
right,
the other mic, it probably picked up. But yeah.
um
all right.
actually another thing because I responded to the guy on the thread and I think people like this idea too. So the older SMT games for demon alignments had law, neutral, and darkness, and that's kind of like law or no not law, neutral, darkness, light, neutral, and darkness. I think I said law before, but
Oh,
basically
isn't that the same thing though? Like,
no. So the difference is that light is they had like two different set of axes. So in total there are like nine different alignments. So light are you very rarely fight light aligned things, and they're generally nice people and don't like to fight, or like nice creatures, I guess, because demons had these alignments too.
oh, I guess
S-
it. Okay, so it'd be like true. It's like the alignment stuff for anime, like true chaos, neutral
Yeah,
chaos, and all that.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's basically a ripoff of the Dungeons and Dragons system. So like light, um, light people were like very nice to each other and didn't like to fight unless they believe like what they're fighting for was a good cause. So a lot of the angels were light. Neutral or just kind of people that like fought if they had to or fought if they got dragged into something. And then dark were kind of like, so in SMT4 the demons that like you need like that one add-on to talk to and are just kind of like beasts that like just want to,
Right.
yeah, those are like technically dark demons,
Okay.
and like they just want to kill everything.
They're just jerks. They're
So yeah,
jerks.
so SMT9 apparently already did that, thus the name nine because there's nine different alignments. I would think it'd be really cool if we saw more of the light, neutral, and dark stuff in other games. I know Majin Tensei 2, which we never got over here in the States, apparently had a light and dark version for both the law and chaos endings. But like I said, no one's ever played that. So,
yeah.
um,
Poor Majin Tensei.
yes, there's probably a fan translation, I think, in the works for that, or has been for a while. Who knows?
I'm kind of
Didn't
confused.
Majin Tensei had that?
You said SMT9?
Yeah, yeah.
What? I just played four. That's the newest one. How did it go from nine to four?
Actually, it went. The best part is it went from like. Actually, did nine come out before Nocturne, Katsu? Do you?
I have no idea.
I want to say it did. So actually, yeah, it would have jumped from two to nine. So basically, nine was Okay, so let me put it this way: historical point of view. Microsoft is coming out with their new console, the Xbox,
Mm-hmm.
original Xbox. Can't call it Xbox One anymore because that damn new thing.
Oh, right, right.
Xbox Classic, we're talking. So they're coming out with that, and they're pointing to Japanese developers. Hey, we're an American company. We need Japanese developers to make games for us, so we have a place there. So one of these companies they contact is Atlas. And they're like, hey, you guys want to make a game for our Xbox and maybe make an MMORPG? Come out with a little game called Shin Megami Tensei 9. It's an MMORPG, except it's not really because it's offline. And they say, like, when they come out with it, they're like, hey, in a couple months we'll come out with the online part so you can play it online. The game sells so bad and gets kind of panned. Never come out with the online component for it, so
Wow.
it's an offline MMO, pretty much. And the reason it's called nine is because there's nine different factions. So yeah,
Okay. Dang, that sucks though. Like for that to just fail so hard on the Xbox.
yeah. Well,
But what if they eventually get to like a Shin Megami Tensei 9? Will they just resurrect the Xbox SMT9 and just reform that into a cohesive story that doesn't suck?
To worry
yeah.
about it when they get to it, I guess.
I've actually heard some people go as far to say that that was one of like the nails in the coffin for Microsoft selling their consoles in Japan, which I don't know if it's. I can't tell. I don't live in Japan. I'm not too familiar with their markets and stuff. But
The Xbox is dead in Japan.
no one
Yeah.
buys Microsoft consoles in Japan.
Because it
So
doesn't have games on it that they want.
well, exactly, and I don't know what other companies they reached out to. I just know Atlas was a big one,
They
and
reached out to
because
Namco
Oh, really?
They reached out to Namco. They reached out to the Tales studio. That's why Tales of Vesperia was on the Xbox 360. That's why some of the Idol Master games were on the Xbox 360. Like the first few years, the Xbox 360 was selling really well in Japan. Like
Huh.
Tales of Vesperia made the console sell out nearly everywhere in Japan. Just that one game alone, it was that good.
Then Monster
And
Hunter
then,
came out for PS3 and
and
yes,
then
or
all of a
actually
sudden, all
no, it
these
came out for Wii first.
Everything else started
then
getting ported to the PS3,
yeah,
which
then
is
all of a
hilarious.
sudden, all these developers just started going to the PS3, and everyone was like, Microsoft was just like, oh my god, what are we going to do? We need to start selling because the
Yeah.
Xbox is not. Idolmaster went on PS3, Tales went on PS3. Well, it went on the Wii first, but then it went to PS3.
But
Um,
yeah.
like Square Enix was still supporting the Xbox for some god knows why
Honestly,
reason.
it felt so awkward seeing Final Fantasy 13 on the Xbox. I was like,
A lot
That's
of
because the
people
Xbox is
say
doing so well in Japan.
a lot
Like
of people said that the reason, like, because it came out for 360, the development got rerouted to like work with it, and that's why the game like was so linear. I don't know if I believe that, but I've heard that. That could just be console fanboys saying that. Who knows? But
right.
I wouldn't
I've
call
heard
it out of the question.
Didn't it have like 3 disc or 2 disc or how many
Oh yeah,
discs?
they had three
it was
discs
like
on
yeah,
360
it was 3 discs on 360 and one
on
Blu-ray on the
PS3.
PS3.
I was like, I'm definitely getting it for the PS3.
Yeah. Um. But
And then like
um.
fighting games did well on the 360 because
There.
Capcom fighting
Yeah.
games were easier to program on 360 than PS3. They just
Yeah.
worked.
Yeah. Um.
But then like after the initial hype kind of died down, like the 2D fighting game companies just started making games on the PS3, and everybody just moved there because they liked Air Dashers better. And
Honestly, it seems like Capcom's the only company that still makes fighters like 360 focused. Like it seems like everyone else has kind of jumped ship to PS3.
yeah,
Um. So, but what I wanted to say with the SMT9 thing is like just imagine this in like the modern day. So like in like America, so we're all familiar with it and stuff. Or I
Hmm.
guess we have European listeners, and actually I saw we have two Russian listeners. So
Oh,
hi Russian people.
international. International.
Yes. If
yeah,
you're
the
listening to
international
this, two
now.
Russian people, email us. Anyways, so um um so just imagine you're wherever you are and like I don't know where I want to say. I don't want to be like offensive or anything. Say like you're here this you know like Chinese company wants to make a console and sell it in America. So they go to like I don't know who's it like EA or Dice
Yeah.
or someone and they're like, "Hey,
BioWare.
we want you to make like a Battlefield game for this Chinese console." And then they come out with it and it's complete garbage. Like, that would be like that would be like the modern day equivalent to what happened with SMT9 in Japan. Um
Pretty much.
so like just imagine how much that must have sucked for Microsoft. Um, yeah,
Yeah. All right. So shall we continue on to the next question?
yes. Wow, we went off on a tangent on that one.
Yeah.
Whoa.
No.
So thank you, Jordan, for your question. Hope you got our views on if we would ever make another SMT. Oh,
SMT.
we have the
What?
best. My number one email. I'm the number one fan. Actually, no, I think John last episode said he was the number one fan of this guy, so I guess I'm the number two fan.
Oh.
We have Savippo.
Oh,
Um,
sweet.
and he says, "My email is simply just a bunch of random letters and not really meant to be pronounced, but I guess it's okay if you guys are having fun. Savippo, you will always be known as Savippo to us. You cannot escape your destiny." So Savippo asks, anyway, my questions. First question. Do you think that instead of re-releasing each MegaTen game that didn't have a release outside of Japan as its own game, the games could just be sold as compilations? I mean, look at all the compilations Sonic has. I've actually thought about this before. How cool would it be if they just like took all of the Super Nintendo games and then like had it for like 15 or $20 on like the PSN store or something, or like Steam or like the
On the
Microsoft
eShop or
store.
something.
Yeah, or like
That'd be pretty
just all the
cool.
downloadable stores. Yeah, like just because then we'd have both the Majin Tenseis. We'd have SMT 1 and 2, which have never had an official translation. Well, I guess none of the Super Nintendo games have. So, yeah, we'd have Majin Tensei 1 and 2, SMT 1 and 2, and we'd have SMT If, all in one thing.
That'll be really, really cool.
Yeah. And
Uh,
I guess
I would
the
definitely.
Megami Tensei 1 and 2 could be thrown in there as well. I think that would be a great way to go about it.
I would, especially with SMT across Fire Emblem right around the corner.
Oh, yeah.
Able
Yeah.
to get the Western audience up to speed on like who the majority of the SMT characters are, because the only people we know are Demi Fiend and Flynn. Demi Fiend, Flynn, Isabeau, and I forget her name. That chick who
Chiaki.
was,
Chiaki.
yeah, Chiaki.
Um, yeah, because there's a lot of people that would love to play those older games. And think about it this way: if they were like say like downloadable or they were on a disc or something, people couldn't really complain that they're that dated just because they're cheap. So like it's not like you lost that much money if you end up hating the game. Like I can understand with Soul Hackers, a lot of people complained that it was dated, but that was because it was like $40, and it seemed more like a remake. Imagine if they just
Yeah,
flat out said, "Here's ports of like a bunch of old games for like a cheap, amount of money." That would be amazing because, it's like, well, you can finally play them, but, you're not going to lose too much money if you don't end up liking them in the long run. That'd be cool.
I don't see anything wrong with that idea. I think it would be the perfect way to get people into the series.
Yeah. Hell, even if they would remake them, I think that'd be more expensive, but that'd be cool if they
Yeah,
remade the older ones for people to finally play them. So,
just make some Vita or 3DS ports.
yeah.
There it goes.
Yeah, HD collection on the Vita. I get it.
Vita needs
And,
some games.
yeah, that's true. That would definitely help the Vita sell. Um, I might get a Vita TV. Not sure yet. But I guess this guy's second question. Uh, where do Majin Tensei and Gitten Megami Tensei fit in the MegaTen community? They weren't covered in the video Rasen did, unless they're going to be included in the new video that will cover SMT4. Um, I guess I should probably say it. Yes, I am making that new timeline video still. I've done other things like that great new video I've just posted, which I'm not sure if you saw that, Katsu, but it was pretty great. I am working on that. I swear I'm not just sticking around. I'm trying to actually. Katsu even saw it. I made this glorious text document that covers everything. At least I think. Um, I'm afraid it's going to come off as really bad fan fiction because most of it is just like my personal fan theory on how everything works, but it should be good. So look forward to that soon. I will be covering SMT4 and stuff, but actually I
Please look
do.
forward to it.
Yes, I do cover Majin Tensei because Majin Tensei 1 and Majin Tensei 2, if I recall. Actually, let me bring up the text document. I think they're unrelated. I want to say um they're unrelated. Let's see, I have it in this text document. Yeah, Majin Tensei 1 and Majin Tensei 2 are two completely different universes. Gitten Megami Tensei I didn't include just because I didn't think it was that important. Basically, it was a PC, like a really old PC SMT game that took place, I think, like a little bit after SMT1 or maybe like during SMT1.
Hmm.
The only noteworthy thing about it was apparently you could have like virtual sex or some stupid thing like that. So,
Whoa.
yes.
Oh, yeah. I was gonna ask you about that.
Yeah.
Wasn't Mazin Tensei the one that had the sex and all that stuff in
No,
there?
that's Gitten Megami Tensei, which is a
Oh, that's
PC
good
only
to me,
game.
Megami Tensei.
Apparently
Okay.
it's really bad. So,
Should
no,
let's
nothing.
play it just for the sex stuff. I'm just gonna play it just for that.
Yeah.
Well, we know the Persona people already do it. No, I'm joking. Um, there probably are a few. I'm
Yeah.
depressed by that, but there probably are a few that play it for those aspects. But the thing with Gitten Megami Tensei, it's kind of like SMT9, where it's not referenced ever really again, so it seems very standalone, and it looks like it doesn't really influence anything else. The only reason I, really include SMT9 and I guess a few of the more obscure games is because at least they're kind of talked about. Gitten Megami Tensei seems kind of just like a cheap cash in. I'm not even sure like if anything noteworthy happens in it. Because I know SMT9, they kind of explain it away as, if I recall correctly, SMT9 takes place in like a virtual reality thing, so whatever happens in that has no like importance. But like getting Megami Tensei, from what I understand, nothing happens. Like you just kind of fight demons. So
Kind of
um,
fight demons and have sex.
I just really don't. That, and also there's not much information on it, so like I really can't talk about it to that much length. So yeah, getting Megami Tensei, just reiterating this, takes place after SMT1 or before SMT2, somewhere around that time period. Great Destruction stuff. Nothing really important happens, which is why I don't include it in my timeline videos. Majin Tensei 1 and 2 are kind of they are standalone universes, both of them, but I will talk about those in the next video.
Okay.
So that's it. Thank you, Savippo. You're our
Thanks,
number
Savippo.
one emailer.
Savivo. Did I even say it right?
Yeah.
Savivo?
CVFPO, and it's great because I just called him that. The story behind it is last episode. I just read his email username, but he actually signed it with his actual username at the bottom, but I didn't notice it, so we just call him Savippo.
Oh, well.
And now he's stuck as being known Savippo forever. Thank you,
That's
Savippo.
awesome.
Yes.
He's awesome.
Yeah, I love you, Savippo. Marry me. So we have Marcus, who says, "Hey guys, just want to know that, or just want to know what your 3 favorite Persona 2 playable characters are. Also, what are your favorite Persona series battle themes?" And he says his
Persona
favorite.
2?
Yeah.
Just Persona 2? Oh, okay.
No. Persona 2 playable characters and Persona battle themes. So I guess he means any like battle themes from any of the Persona games.
So many to choose from.
Oh, man.
Oh, actually, yeah, you did get it right because he says his favorite Persona 2 characters are Maya, Yukino, and Katsuya. And also, he really likes the Eternal Punishment battle theme.
Okay, let's see. My favorite Persona 2 characters? Let's see. Ulala, Baofu, and Tatsuya. And my favorite Persona battle theme? That's a tough one.
Um,
Hmm. Hmm. I don't know. I really don't know. Because there's a lot of good music. Shoji Megaro's a music god. I can't decide.
It's like half of my Persona 4 Golden playthrough was me humming the tunes. I'm not even gonna lie. Like almost every video was me humming for like 5 minutes.
yes.
I can't
But
I can't decide.
I
Hmm.
really like the main character, and I don't know why. Maybe it's because I named him Kaido, the main character for Persona 2, and then it was
Tatsuya?
yes. I actually like Maya and Lisa too. I like that whole cast, to be honest, except for June. I didn't like June.
You took my 3, Tatsuya, Maya, and Lisa. Those are my 3. Um, yeah.
And if I had to say my favorite battle theme, it would probably be I like the final battle to not the final battle, but the one that led up into the final battle. It's like when you had to fight all the different phases, like all the different phases. I forgot what you call that guy. It's like you had to go through
Death?
all the
Nyx?
In which
The
game?
next Avatar?
yeah.
Persona 3?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the next Avatar.
You stole my song too. Yes. Yeah, that
Battle
song is
for the Souls.
Battle for Everyone's Souls.
Yes.
Yes. So me and Sir Lionheart are the same person, confirmed.
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's
So,
see. I actually like New World Fool from Persona 4.
oh
That's
yeah.
that battle thing was so cool. But it never gets any official remixes, so I'm kind of sad.
One thing I want to say with Lisa in Persona 2, and one reason I actually really like her is because at first she seems to be. It's really weird because it's almost like she's a mix like between Chie and Rise, like retroactively, which is
Yeah.
weird. But because you have she's kind of this like peppy foreigner girl that's really into kung fu type stuff, and she's like at
Happy
first,
Gaijin.
yeah, it seems like she's trying really hard to be like noticed. Like she seems kind of attention whorey at the start of the game, and then as you go later on, you deal with her shadow stuff, and you kind of learn she's kind of doing seedy things for money, and you have to
Yeah.
she has to deal with the fact she's kind of doing weird stuff, and I thought that was really interesting.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
for a game at that time period too to deal with issues like that is pretty amazing. Yeah, so that's why I like Lisa.
Yeah, Persona 2 is cool. Like a lot of people need to realize the awesomeness that is Persona 2.
Persona 2 is generally considered both parts of Persona 2 generally are considered to have the best plot of any MegaTen game.
Yeah, I really dig
Yeah,
two. Even though I went from 3 to 4, back to 3, back to 2, or it was just kind of weird. But I really enjoyed Persona 2. I think a lot more than Persona 3, which is kind of crazy.
Without spoiling it, Innocent Sin's ending is amazing, and I haven't even seen the ending. I just know what it is. I still think the fact that they even do that is amazing, and I can't wait to like
yeah.
actually get through that game and just see how they handle that. Because like I said, I've only been 5 hours in, and I kind of know what happens in the game already, but I just want to see how they pull it off. Like I
Do you
can't
have
wait to see
Persona
it.
2 Portable?
On
Or
emulator. I
oh,
played. Okay, this is what I did. I played the first 5 hours on emulator, like the fan translated Persona One, or I mean, PlayStation One. Sorry. Yeah, I played the fan translation of the PlayStation One version for like 5 to 6 hours, and then with my new computer, I can actually emulate it on PPSSPP, the emulator. So I'm gonna restart my playthrough and play through it like that. But I already know what happens in the plot for both games, so.
I still need to get the Eternal Punishment, but I want to play it for the PSP. But I found out that
you
They're
can
that
having
was
get the
only exclusive to Japan, right? The Eternal
you can get
Punishment
the
PSP.
you can get it as a PS Classic on the PSN store.
Yeah, I had just downloaded it when I got a free $10 credit from PSN. I was like, you know what? Let me go ahead and download this because I
You know,
got it for like,
actually, that's funny because I was gonna do that because like I remember because they're doing that program like they're just handing out $10 to like people randomly, and I'm like, oh, if I get that, I'm downloading Eternal Punishment, but I never got it.
so random. I don't know how I got it. They were
They
just
they
randomly
they
giving it out.
they just randomly gave them out. Yeah, like there
Uh,
was
that,
no.
it's kind of sad though. Like what the people I knew a whole bunch of people that got it before me. I was kind of upset. Like why didn't I get it? Like I
I,
spent so much money before and
my
I don't
my
get the ten
my
dollars.
friend I file share with has it, and he's like, I don't know what I'll get yet, and he still has it, and he's like, I don't know what I'll get yet, and I'm like, I should get something that I would like, but no, that's just me being a douche. But um, yeah, I thought that was really weird, but Persona 2, great game. You guys are great games because they're two halves of one game technically. Pretty much.
Yes, you should definitely play them.
Yes.
Persona
Um,
2.
so thank you, Marcus, for that. And now we have Crisis of Fate with another email. Once again, Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 training buddy. Uh, I think I could stop saying that for later episodes. I think people
Yeah.
people people know at this point. Um, he says, "Hi Rasen, I have a new question. Do you guys think that other Megami Tensei series besides SMT should be represented in SMT Cross FE? If so, could you explain why? Anyone who has seen my Game FAQ signature will know my opinion." Oh crap, I haven't. I'm sure his Game FAQ signature has something on that, but I don't remember it at this time because I haven't been
I
on Game
remember seeing
FAQs.
one signature that says, "I'm for no Persona characters in SMT Crossfire Emblem." But
That's
that's another
probably
story.
that's probably him.
It makes
Oh,
sense.
okay.
I think it would make sense. Like it would be so out of place. Like Persona characters are like modern day people, right? And then to mix them in with these like I don't know what kind of time period they're from, but it just it wouldn't mix. It to me it wouldn't mix
Well,
with the type.
the difference is that the SMT mainline people are they're like post-apocalyptic, like they've survived
Yeah,
the
yeah,
apocalypse. And then like Persona characters are just high school students.
right.
Yeah.
So that would not mix in my opinion.
Yeah.
Starters, Strange Journey needs to get representation since that is a mainline SMT.
Oh yeah, I'm surprised they weren't in the initial trailer.
Yeah. So until we get Strange Journey, I won't even begin speculating any other characters.
The only people I really think that like I'd also be fine with are like the Devil Summoner people and I guess possibly the Digital Devil Saga people.
The Digital Devil Saga people will fit along just fine.
I
Well, they
think it'd
might
be
try to
weird
get
though
other
because
gimmicks.
they have to deal with the avatar tuner aspect of it, and I think that'd be weird to
Yeah.
have these characters that just act differently. But who knows? I'm saying this about a game that's combining Fire Emblem and SMT, so but that opinion's probably invalid because yeah.
Speaking of Fire Emblem, I'm actually playing through Awakening right now on Lunatic Plus.
Oh God, how are you doing that? How
I
are you
am
doing
on
that?
I
I
still
am
get to
on
play this
chapter
game.
12. I am on chapter 12 of Lunatic Plus. That mode is extremely rage worthy. Don't do it. I'm on
Well,
Lunatic
trust me.
Plus Classic too. Classic mode too. It's
Right.
insane.
You know, a game I've tried getting into a lot and I just never could because it's BS difficulty is the one with Roy, Sword of Seals, Binding Blade, whatever translation you go by. But it seems like around chapter 10 to like 15, I always like just rage quit because it's like the RNG is against you. I swear.
Yeah,
I swear, like they hate you. Like that game wants you dead.
yeah,
um,
that's just it is in Fire. That's just how it is in this Fire games.
Uh-oh.
Except in maybe
your
Awakening.
mic got quiet again.
Oh, it did.
Yeah.
Hello, hello,
Now you're
hello.
better. You're
Yep.
better now. Yes, there we go.
Yay. Um, now I forgot what I was saying. Pretty much like in most Fire Emblems, the RNG is completely against you, except maybe like in normal and hard mode Awakening. When you get to Lunatic mode, the RNG just hates you. The RNG just hates your guts. It doesn't like it wants to like rip out your throat and then just shit down your neck.
That's great fun. Always great
Yes.
fun. I can't find a Crisis of Fate post on Game of FAQs. I want to see a signature. Anyways, I guess that's enough of that. Oh no. Oh, also he says and perhaps you can name your top three characters from both series which you want in there. Ooh, that's. I guess
Hmm.
Rido or wait no Strange Journey guy in order. Strange Journey guy, and then I guess since they're going with like the whole male female thing, I guess Zolinin would have to be in there too.
Oh yes, her, please.
Um, well, I think it'd be really cool because Chiake is very chaotic and the Demi Fiend, like
Yeah.
she's paired up with the Demi Fiend. So if we had the Strange Journey guy and then be paired up with that game's law representative, that'd be pretty cool. Just seeing how
Yes.
they'd interact. Um, So I guess I'm just gonna do this in pairs because all the characters we've had are introduced in pairs so far. So this is more like six instead of three. But
Yeah.
so Strange Journey guy and Zolinin. People should just call her Zelly for short. Anyways,
Yeah, Zelly.
Zelly. Anyways, and then Rido and that's the thing though. Rido doesn't have a female companion. Like, what's that girl's name? There's that girl in the Rido games that like is a photographer.
I haven't
Shay?
played any of the Raiden
No,
games.
Tay. It's
Yeah,
Tay. Yes. There's a girl in
okay.
the Rido games that she's just like a photographer. She doesn't like control demons or anything, but maybe she could be in there somehow. So I guess
Okay.
Rido and Tay, and this is because I'm a fanboy, but I guess Hibiki and Io because Devil Survivor 2 is awesome. But yeah,
Okay. Um,
Fire Emblem I can't comment on because I've
Fire
barely played
Emblem.
that series.
I
There
bet
are
you
missing
any
characters.
money Marth would automatically be in that game.
Yeah,
Marth is gonna
Martha is
be it.
there.
Yeah, they have them in the trailer.
The missing characters are from Fire Emblem Gaiden, Fire Emblem 2, Fire Emblem Genealogy of the Holy War, Fire
Whoa.
Emblem 4, and Fire Emblem 5. So that's Alm Celica for Fire Emblem 2, Sigurd and maybe Deirdre for Fire Emblem 4, Salif and Julia for Fire Emblem 4. That's the second generation. But they might just do like Sigurd and Salif, or they might do just Sigurd and Deirdre.
What
And then
about the
Fire Emblem
dragon lady?
5, Tiki.
Tiki. Yes, her.
She's not a main like Fire Emblem. She's not like a main Fire Emblem mainstay or a
Really?
lord.
The question is, do they
Yeah,
have to be?
yeah,
Because
they have to be main character and like the main character's significant better half
hmm,
for
well, I know that's what's been released so far, but I wonder because like that wouldn't be a lot of, like a big roster if that's like the full game. Like I wonder if they'll just have a bunch of random characters from
yeah, they
games
might
that
have, isn't it?
yeah.
For right
Uh,
now, like the missing FEs. So for Fire Emblem 5, it would be Leaf, the main character of that game, and Nana, who he gets paired up with the most in Fire Emblem media outside of just Fire Emblem 5. Because I know he can, like, I think he can marry other women, but it's just like
That's the OTP.
She get, yeah, that's the OTP. And the odd thing about it is like Fire Emblem 7, Fire Emblem Advance for the Game Boy Advance, it has the three main characters in it, Lynn, Hector, and Ellawood.
Yeah.
So I'll see like they might they might not even just pair it up with like guy girl since Lynn, Hector, and Ellawood, the the three.
Okay, so if you would have to pick three from each series, though, which three would you pick?
Um, Elaine, if Elaine from Fire Emblem Awakening, uh, so Lion, have you gotten far enough in Fire Emblem Awakening to meet Elaine yet?
Wayne. Isn't that Lisa's kid?
Yeah, Lisa's kid.
I got to that point. That was about it. Well, I also got not Donald's kid because I don't think it matters. It's what's her name? The
Olivia.
dancer's chick. The dancer
Yeah.
kid. Olivia's
Yeah.
kid. There we go.
So I would probably have Elaine from Fire Emblem Awakening. Maybe let's see. Dang, what's her name? Katarina for Fire Emblem 12, and let's see, and Alm for Fire Emblem Gaiden, I guess. That'll be that'll be my three.
What about for SMT?
Um, Pretty much your list,
Okay.
but exchange Rido for Surf and Surf and what's her name? God, what's her
Argila?
name?
Oh, Sarah. Sarah.
No, not Argila. Sarah. Sarah.
Yes.
I was about to say Argila like a damn fool though.
All right.
Surf and Sarah.
I think it's
Those
really
are
weird too because like my girlfriend's name is Sarah, and then like when I was playing that, and I'm like, whoa, this is a really meta moment right now. Like I
oh,
am Surf. No.
I was thinking one. Oh,
Three. You said three, right? So,
yeah.
Three from both series. So
well, I only played one SMT, so I'm immediately gonna say, uh, Isabeau. She
she,
probably is already
yeah,
Isabeau's
in
she
already,
it.
she's in.
That's
So
she's
good.
already
yeah,
in.
Flynn and Isabel are in. So pick three random NPCs from four.
You know what? Let's say Hikari. Let's
Oh,
say that what's that guy's name? The
do you
guy that had Masakato's blade.
skins?
Skins.
Skins.
That guy looked like he would be in that game.
Skins could be the weapon shop owner in SMT Crossfire.
Yes.
And then
Oh,
There
in
you go.
Fire Emblem, I would have Tiki. I would have Donald because that guy is so good. I used to give Donald so much shit. He turned out to be like literally one of the best characters in the game. But man, at first
Wait,
I
wait,
didn't want to get him. I was gonna let him
wait,
die. I was gonna let him
wait,
die.
DLC. Sir Lionheart, wait until you do the DLC. You're gonna need all your strong people for the DLC. You're
so
gonna
I
need to
do.
bring your A game in every battle, especially when you get to season 2.
They
It's
have
gonna be
DLC
stuff.
seasons.
Season.
Yes, season 1 is like the Ein Harrier where you unlock past Fire Emblem characters in the DLC. And then season 2 is all the hard stuff, all the fan service and all the this game wants to make you feel so
So
hard DLC
wait,
episodes.
so is the first one like that Outrealms thing that Lord Knight was talking about in that
No, no,
vlog
no.
thingy?
The
Or is
the
that two?
Outrealms is where you buy and purchase and do DLC.
So the multiverse is where you buy all your DLC. Okay. Because I was wondering, because I know for the Fire Emblem DLC, like they have characters from other games in the series pop in, and I know Lord Knight was talking about how like that could be factored into SMT Crossfire Emblem's plot in that one vlog we did a long time
Yeah.
ago. So I was wondering how that all worked out with the DLC. So that
Right.
makes sense.
I heard the DLC for the Limit Breaker was tough. Like there was
Yeah, it's pretty tough, but you can do it. You can do it easily by bringing Crom, your avatar, and have your avatar a sorcerer with a forge, a versus knight, and arms thrift, and tome breaker, and perhaps axe breaker. And then you could
okay.
just pair them up, have them sit in one place, turn animations off, and watch everyone run into you and die.
All right. So did we? I think we answered the questions.
Wait, I got
Everyone.
Yeah.
one more.
Okay.
There was
Okay.
one more person. I said Tiki, Donald, and I'm gonna probably end up saying Tharja.
Naruto.
Tharja is awesome.
Did your avatar marry anybody already?
Not Chet. I need to pair him up. I gotta pair him up.
Oh,
It's like a lot of
I'm
my
gonna have
subscription, like a lot
I'm
of
gonna have to
so.
ask
Go
you.
ahead.
I'm
Go
gonna have
ahead.
to ask you to please wait until the end of the game. You're in like just wait until you get all of the females, then decide. Have you check your wireless yet? Where
Yeah, I got all that additional stuff.
yeah, all the additional like DLC maps.
Yeah. Do I have to beat the game first or?
Yeah, you have to
Can you?
beat the game to access those maps. Those maps have characters that you can recruit, and your avatar can marry those characters.
Oh wow. So there's additional story stuff after that. Okay.
Yeah.
I,
So
I'll keep that.
get those characters first before you decide who you want to marry.
You know what you can't do in the Fire Emblem DLC? Snort
What?
cocaine off of a hooker's ass.
Yeah, you
Persona
can't.
5, please, Atlas.
Persona
Anyways,
5.
I think you only said two SMT characters because you only said Skins and Hikari.
I said Isabel too, but
Oh yeah, that's
yeah, that would
She's on
still be my list.
okay. Two is those.
Two
two is
Isabels, yes. No, no, you know what? It would be Hikari, Skins, and it was another guy, or a chick, or a demon. Uh,
Yuriko.
uh, it's the Lilith chick. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yuriko.
Yuriko.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
Yuriko
was
is an
cool.
she was in
SMT1.
SMT1. Yeah.
Yeah. That's how I knew that plot twist. Like that, I kind of wish they went with another name because that ruined the plot twist for me. Because it's like kill Yuriko. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to fight Lilith. So yeah. Um,
Oh well.
I
I
guess
think I
that's
did that on purpose for SMT long
yeah,
time.
that's probably supposed to be a callback. I
Just like
guess
just like Steven.
oh yeah, that's true. Um,
Oh, Stephen King.
Steven was at SMT 1 and 2, I believe. Or was he just in one of them?
he's in both.
Oh, yeah, I was right.
It's really weird because in two, there's just, it's like, how have you alive for 50 years? And he's like the internet, and then he says like nothing else. Like they just kind of hand wave why he's there. Like they've implied that like Steven is like a multiverse. Like he can just kind of do whatever he wants now because he's so smart. Like they say in If, like someone makes a reference to a guy in a wheelchair in If or something. Like he's implied to be the guy that gives the students the demon summoning program in If. So it seems like Steven's just kind of chilling out in all of the SMT games, just kind of doing whatever he pleases because he's pretty much Stephen
He's
Hawking.
Steven.
Yes.
Yeah,
um,
he's that smart.
um, so I guess that's it for that email. Thank you, Crisis of Fate. That was Crisis of Fate. I clicked away already. Right? Yeah, that was Crisis of Fate. Thank you, Crisis of Fate. Now, our next email is from Tatsuma. He emailed us either last episode or a few episodes back, I think. He says, thanks for answering my last question. How do you guys feel about Persona 1 Portable's soundtrack change? Do you think it fits the game, or do you hate it, like it, or do you like it, and so on?
Whoa, 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 whoa! There was a soundtrack change for that game, and this is actually a portable
They
version of that.
yeah, Persona 1 Portable has a completely different soundtrack from the
It's
original Persona 1.
okay. So the
It,
first
it's
one,
like
I'll
it's
say it
like
this way. Persona 1's like the PlayStation 1 version, just kind of like generic RPG music. But then in Persona 1 Portable,
it's
they
like Persona 3 and Persona 4
they
music
made
put
it
into
full on
Persona 1.
English, like full on English J-pop.
Really?
Pretty much Persona 4 music in Persona 1.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what you're getting.
To be honest, I don't care for either, but if I did have to pick one, I'd say like Persona 1 Portable's music is like full on guilty pleasure music.
Yeah.
um, I really don't care for either ones though, but I guess just
I like some of the tracks from Persona 1 Portable.
yeah, like it stands out more, I'll say. Like
Yeah.
Persona 1 PlayStation 1 version's soundtrack was kind of generic, I felt.
Was that even composed by Shoji Meguro?
I have no clue. Probably not.
Oh, so it's not like a remake of the music; it's completely different tracks.
Completely different
Completely.
tracks.
Wow.
Like
Completely different.
like Persona 2, the PSP versions, they tracks, and Persona 1, they just like gutted it and then made new stuff.
They must have not liked it or something. Holy
Guess
cow.
not. Well, I think they were coming from like the oh hey, there's a lot of like Persona 3 and 4 is selling really well. We
Yeah,
should
they were. It
yeah,
was like riding off the hype train.
yeah. Um so I guess there's that. And his second question is, what's your opinion on negotiation in Megami Tensei games? For example, do you like it or dislike it, as well as could you name games that use it well or don't use it very well? Okay, first off, game that uses it well, Soul Hackers. Game that doesn't
Hackers,
use it
really?
well, Persona 2. I'll say it. Yeah,
Persona 2.
Soul Hackers, I love it because there's so many
Oh,
options, it feels like, and it feels like a crapshoot, but it feels like if you know what you're doing in Soul Hackers, you can really use negotiation to your advantage compared to other games. I've heard Strange Journey is like that too, but I haven't really gotten too in depth with that game yet. So
me neither. Even though I like stopped playing Strange Journey quite some time ago, I need to get back into it.
yeah, Persona 2 is generally agreed upon to have the worst negotiation system, which I didn't
I can
care.
see why.
Oh, okay. So it wasn't just me who just raged at a lot of the stuff with the negotiations. Okay.
That felt like full on RNG. Like there was no
Yeah.
skill to.
Like it was one of the things I tried doing like in the playthrough because I wanted to show almost everything possible. I was trying to get full cards, and oh my goodness, that is so annoying. Like I didn't even get one. I answered like three questions, and then this dude randomly gets mad. Like I was trying to do it to where because I think you got to do it to make him. I think you got to make him happy, or I think it was it mad. Like you got to do it like twice of each feeling or emotion or whatever, and then you get asked a full question and you got to answer right. And
Something like that, I
it,
think.
it
Yeah,
was kind of weird,
that sounds
but
right.
I tried doing it. It. I just gave up.
Yeah.
It's like, what's the point? I think it would be easier to try to catch a shiny Pokemon than trying to do that. Like, it was just ridiculous. The chances of that
Yeah.
happening ever again.
SMT4's negotiation I didn't really think was good or bad. Like I thought it was like it did its job. The thing with the negotiation in SMT4, it seemed like it's easy to get demons to like want to join you. It's just that it requires like you have to give them a lot of stuff compared to other games.
Yeah.
It's
They
like
just
give me all
want.
this stuff, and but like if you
And
do
then there's
that,
a chance that they could just walk away,
yeah,
Yep.
that's
take all your
that's
money and run.
bad. But that said, I think I didn't like mind it. I thought it was pretty solid.
Yeah, it could have been a lot worse.
I can't really. I guess Nocturnes was average. There's a lot of times in my Nocturne playthrough I was like, okay, that's bullshit. Maybe it's because I'm playing on hard. Like the one time I've like played through most of it was on hard, but there's a lot of times where it's like, okay, that was flat out bullshit. But who knows?
Jack Frost just trying to kill you all the time.
I remember it was just the regular angel. I was trying to get in that one town and I just like flat out couldn't. Like it took forever. Like I want to say like an hour and a half of my playtime was just trying to get an angel. um,
Wow.
yeah, which I never had in any of the other games. Like if I wanted a demon, I would be able to usually get it on my like second or third try. I could not for the life of me get an angel to join me. So that was a pain.
Then it happens, and then you're just like,
Then I
yes.
was like, yes, this was not in vain, and then you end up fusing it for something better like 5 minutes later, anyways. So no, but thank you Tatsuma for that question. This is Richard, and he's yeah this
I like to interrupt this program to bring some breaking news. And Persona 4 Ultimate 2, the P4 mirror match theme has been changed. Instead of
Face
reach out to the
yourself.
truth,
Face yourself. Face yourself.
it's time to make history from P4G.
What?
Ah,
What? What is
ah,
that? That doesn't match up.
I will not step on up to the plate.
What? I mean, I like it, but what? It's a mirror match. It sounds like should be. I'll
I'll
face
face
myself.
myself. That's
What?
literally the name of the song, and it goes yes. That
I don't
P3
know what to
shadow
say.
characters also P3 shadow characters play P3 boss fight, Master of Shadows.
mm,
I like Master of Shadows. What did you mean for? That song is cool.
I don't know, but like I'll face myself. So great.
Yeah.
Like, at
Um,
least
That's
have it to
P3
where like
mirror.
maybe like if it's a mirror match with the regular character and then the shadow. Maybe it's I'll
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, people haven't tried it yet. I guess. Just show one more day of road test. We'll find out.
That
Anyway,
would be great.
back to our regular scheduled podcast.
Okay, so Richard, he wants to know, hey again, this time I want to ask, what do you guys think about Law Chaos Neutral in most of the SMT games? I know you guys had talked about it before, but I think it should change the world, not just at the ending. Like how in Fable 3, your whole journey was to overthrow your brother and become a king and rule the kingdom, whatever way you like. I would like to see the main character rule a law kingdom, trying to kill off demons and unclean ones, or be a ruler of chaos and slowly taking over every different part of Tokyo. Like being a real dick, maybe neutral life would be about helping humanity and to rebuild and fighting both the angels and the demons. And also, he said it would be very epic if Dante was the secret boss, not the old Dante. I mean, the young, new hipster crack Dante.
Oh
So,
gosh, no.
if I got to beat him up and I never had to have him in my party, I'd be okay with that. I'd like
Yeah.
to beat up hipster Dante.
Beat up Dante.
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 You know, it'd be even better. Latin
What?
American Dante.
Yeah, Latin American
American
Dante.
Yeah.
Let's
Dante.
go with Asian Dante.
No, because there's a mod for DMC Devil May Cry that some guy turned on the Spanish language and then like he gave every character like mustaches and like
It looks like a Mexican drama. It's
yeah,
hilarious.
it looks like a Mexican soap opera. It's great. And then like there are like Taco Bell posters in the back. Like it's glorious. Like I don't know how many of our viewers watched it last episode, but it's like the best thing ever. I hope everyone
Gotta
did.
watch that.
I'll,
Sounds hilarious.
I'll put it in the link again. I think if I recall, it's like they even like translated Devil May Cry to like Spanish, so it's like Diablo Yuege or some shit like that. So yes, we'll post that in the description again for everyone who didn't see that last time. I think it'd be cool if they if instead of just changing the ending, your faction would change what happens for the majority of the game because I don't know, you'd feel like you're actually doing something
Yeah.
throughout it instead of just select ending A, B, or C. That'd be pretty cool. Like Deus Ex, the original was pretty good in that regard, where you select your faction and then you do missions based on what they want you to do. What do you guys think?
Um.
I think they did it pretty well in SMT4. I can't really say for any other games, but I like how they did it. But what I think they could have did too is actually I'm not sure if they actually did that, but add like specific demons you can get in
Yeah, they did that in
They kind of
Yeah, they did that in SMT4.
Oh,
with only like one or two, though. Like there weren't many.
Okay.
But
like,
the
exclusives.
the few demons that you got were actually like some of them were pretty good, some of them weren't. Shara from Strange Journey, she's super good.
I'm
Everybody should
sorry,
get
but
that
you get
demon.
Lilith in SMT4. You get Lilith for going chaos. You get her way too late for her to be good. It really
Yeah.
made me mad. But I guess
I think you get Koga Saburo for going chaos as well. Or
Oh,
is
you
that
don't
just
get
going Walter?
what?
I'm not
Okay,
sure.
so if you go neutral, what do you get? Like, do you get both law and chaos,
You
or
get Masakado.
You get
that's it?
Masakado too. Yeah.
Oh, so that would explain why I wasn't able to fuse for Lilith then.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because no, actually you don't technically need to go full chaos. It's just that
You need to
side with
side with
Walter.
Walter. Okay.
Yes. Um, so I went neutral, but I still got Lilith because I sided with Walter, then backstabbed him for preserving the status quo. But so I got neutral that way. But I mean SMT4 I think is kind of standard. I guess most SMT games do that where it's like around like the 3/4 mark is where like they start to diverge. I think that's kind of what SMT4 does.
SMT4.
Yeah.
I felt like SMT4 didn't diverge until like the very end.
Well, yeah,
It diverged
that's more
when
like
you sided
it's more
with.
like the 9/10 mark actually with
Yeah.
SMT. Um,
I would have liked it much better if they diverged early on in the story.
Now SMT1 something I really like is that you're not really locked like they kind of do a thing where it's like you can fight this boss or fight both for neutral type of thing, and like that happens a lot, but you're not really locked in until like the final dungeon, I want to say. So
Yeah.
I kind of liked that because you had more flexibility. But I think it'd be really cool to have like this type of thing because that would like promote replayability too. If like each of the paths like were completely different. Like one of the things that's I don't really care for playing the other routes in SMT4 is because if you play through neutral, you kind of played through both of the routes combined. Like I don't
Yeah.
feel the need to play through on Law or Chaos just yet.
Especially just to get one or two demons.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm not that much of a completionist.
Um, and then also I want to point out that he has his subject for his email as hashtag new Dante cross SMT.
Oh
Um,
God. Featuring
um,
Dante from DMC Devil May Cry.
this guy just has a lot of apostrophes in front of his name and then his last name. So I'm just gonna call him Apostrophe Man.
Okay.
And he says, "Sorry for my bad English, not my native language." Jimenez, never got how to pronounce that. From SMT's,
Jimenez.
yeah, but it's like Spanish, so like it should technically be like Jimenez, I would think, because like the J in Spanish is like
Oh.
H. I never got that.
Jimenez?
Yeah, yeah, like I'm not sure if
Yeah, I
it's
guess what.
Jimenez.
All right, we're gonna call him Jimenez.
Um, I, I don't know. So yeah, I guess Jimenez.
Okay.
But he said this guy says Jimenez from SMT Strange Journey is my compadre y mi amigo. So yes, that's pretty cool. And uh, he says he has three questions. One, now that Sega owns Atlas, do you think it's a bad idea for having exclusive console games going multi-platform? He would. So I think what he's asking with that is do you think it would be a bad idea if like Persona came out on Wii U or like SMT4 came out on Vita and stuff like that? And honestly, no. I'm pro
No.
multi-platform. I don't really care for exclusives. I usually think that you're limiting your market, and overall, I don't like exclusives.
First party exclusives are fine. Third
Yes,
party exclusives are
third-party
like,
exclusives are kind of dumb in my opinion.
yeah. I mean, Sega said they aren't really going to do anything to Atlas anyway, so Atlas is still Atlas operations are still Atlas
Oh,
operations. Sega doesn't.
I have something to add to the Sega Atlas thing actually, which I probably should have talked about. So the two best friends play people.
Yeah.
two best friends. Is that who is that again?
They're called the Switcher on YouTube, but instead of an I, they have
Ah, right.
they do like the two best friends videos on Machinima.
Mhm.
They have a podcast that I listen to, and they kind of have some connections to the gaming industry. They've kind of implied it in other stuff. And in this podcast, they're talking about Sega buying Atlas, and Pat of Two Best Friends Play, he said something to the effect of he talked to someone from either Sega or Index, and he left it ambiguous on purpose to protect the person's identity. But he said something to the effect of, if anything, SMT and Persona are going to be fine localization wise. What you should be worried about is Etrian Odyssey and other games like that. So
Ooh.
I don't know how much merit that has because, like I said, I'm hearing this from a podcast from a guy who says he heard it from another guy.
Heard it from a guy who heard it from another guy who heard it from this guy's uncle, cousin, twin brother, sister thing,
Girlfriend.
Yes,
Yes.
girlfriend.
but they've implied before in previous stuff they've done they've had connections to the gaming industry, and uh, I would trust it. So I guess that's a good sign for SMT fans, Etrian Odyssey fans. I'm sorry. um,
Never even heard of that, to be honest.
there's some dungeon crawlers for the DS and 3DS, pretty great. Also made by Atlas.
Okay.
Yes. Also made that.
Well,
Never played.
is that the first person view dungeon
Yeah,
crawler
yeah,
thing?
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. I've seen it before.
Um,
Since Persona SMT is popular enough and it has an very impressive install base in the Western world, so that'd be a really bad business move for them to just cut games off like
Yeah,
that. It's like
Sega's already been making me mad though, especially with
Fantasy Star
Fantasy
2.
Star
Star
Online.
2,
Like
everyone
they
that
announced this game. about a year back, about in summer of 2012, and then they said it was going to come out sometime early this year, 2013, and then there was no new news, and they didn't update us at all. No new news, and then we get news that Project Diva F is coming over,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
Well,
what?
so I can't remember. I think I heard this actually from Super Best Friend Cast too. Actually, I'll have a link to that episode where they talk about Sega and Atlas in the description. But I'm gonna have a lot of stuff to add. But they also, I can't remember, but they talk about that a little bit too. Apparently, Phantasy Star Online, if you make a Japanese PSN to play that game and they find out you're American, they ban you, which is really dumb.
Yeah, they found during like the PC beta thing, Japanese players were reporting American players and getting them
Wow.
kicked off the
Why?
thing. It was till the point where
Gaijin,
Sega was
get him
like,
out.
it was to
He's a
the
Gaijin.
point where Sega was like,
Americanzilla.
Sega was like, we don't really care if Americans or Europeans or whatever were playing our game. It's just that as long as they weren't hacking or modding or anything, then we don't really care. Stop reporting them. It's getting bothersome.
Yeah.
I guess it was because like PSU Fantasy Star Universe was completely ruined by foreigners because they
Oh,
were
really?
hacking game to hell and back. That's what I've heard.
That sucks. But yeah, because like I was thinking that I'm like, if I heard of someone like if I made a game and then like I just had it like North America only, and I heard like some dude in Japan like made a North American account just to play my game, I'd be honored. I'd be like, you went through all this trouble so you could play this game. Like you did all this hard work just to play it. I'd be honored.
Right, I
Like
agree with
I would
that.
not I would not ban people for that. I'd be like, dude, you can keep playing if as long as you want. Go for it. So yeah, crazy news with that type of stuff. But he his second question, he has three of them, so we answered the first. Second question, if SMT5 includes the waifu system, and he says in parentheses, I hope it doesn't, which demon would your waifu be? Uh, and then he also says in parentheses, Mara is an option.
Hmm.
um,
Oh man.
like I don't know, like
Oh, a demon waifu.
mm,
Hmm.
it's hard. I feel like popping
I don't know.
open like a copy of
I think our I
SMT4
think
and
our
looking through
mo-
the compendium.
I think our
Um,
morals will be questioned if we ever said
I
our
know. Um, does Namissa count? Because she's like a demon.
just who?
Namissa from Soul Hackers. She's a demon. Does she count?
No, no, she doesn't count.
Dang it. Um,
If anything, it had to be probably Lilith because of Yuriko. Just because of that.
well,
Hmm.
Just because of that.
in in mythology or Christian texts, the reason Lilith the story behind Lilith is that she wanted to be on top when her and Adam were having sex, so then God banished her from Eden and made her a demon. So I'd be totally fine with that.
Yeah, it's whatever. Yeah.
um, no, but I don't know because like you can't say succubus because like then you'll die. Um,
No. You can't say Alice because people would just call you a lolicon.
Die for me.
oh man, it's so hard. You know what?
I don't
Fuck it.
know.
Kodama.
Kodama. All
Yes.
right. I'm gonna say Mara.
Have fun with that one.
Oh boy.
Oh God.
The almighty Wang is hilarious. You know what?
Yes. Only if he comes equipped with Pierce.
Oh gods.
Um, then he says three. So if you like chaos, or do you like chaos, or are you a law root dog? Hmm,
Hmm. Because of certain people watching this podcast, I'm gonna have to say law.
yeah.
I'm sorry. Because of certain people keeping an eye on this podcast, I can't. I'm
That
not at
that
liberty to say which
that
side I might go
that
on.
possible angel that emails us, that has emailed us twice and discusses law and is totally not named Mastema and totally doesn't say that he's not Mastema.
Yeah.
So I guess law.
This is a law podcast, people. We're not pro chaos. We're anti chaos. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm surprised no one with like a demon email has like emailed us yet.
Yeah.
It's only that one angel.
It's only that one angel who's not named Mastema.
Can't even be neutral. No neutral.
No,
No.
you got to pick law or
No,
chaos.
you have to be. You have to be law. You have to be law. You can't be chaos. I'm sorry. It's law only.
That sucks.
Yeah,
I
well,
Yeah.
guess I'm law then.
Yeah.
you have to be, or else like your like personal security is endangered because not Mastema is watching you.
Yes, not the Mastema watching me.
I'm surprised he hasn't emailed us in a while. Mastema, what are you up to? Or not Mastema, what are you
He's
up
up to something.
to?
Not Mastema. He's up to not Mastema things.
He's up to not Herald, you know, crazy stuff.
Things.
Um, we have 2 more emails left. I guess we'll just finish it. I guess we are going to get through all of them after all.
This podcast has went for almost 2 hours now.
Oh God,
Really? I
Jesus
didn't even
Christ,
notice. I did not even notice.
longest episode yet. So Marcus, different Marcus from before. I like this guy. He comments on my videos a lot. He has thanked me numerous times for getting him into SMT. I like this guy. He asks, "Hello, Rasen. I have a suggestion. I think it would be great if you did a video on demon negotiation, showing some game footage of examples and how to recruit demons, and to add it to your SMT beginners guide. I also want to say thank you again for making those beginners guides. And you can tell, yes, I am a beginner. No problem, Marcus.
No problem at all.
The thing with demon negotiation is like you just kind of have to guess what the
Do it.
demon's personality is. Like it's too varied to like make a video on it. I feel because like I said, a lot of it comes down to luck and just kind of guessing what type of personality the demon is. So I don't know if I really could like do one. So it shouldn't be too hard to figure out. Like
Took me like 5 tries.
oh, yep,
Took me like 5 tries to recruit that fairy thing from the very first dungeon in SMT4.
The
Nepea,
pixie. Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
Nepea.
yeah.
And everybody else got her the first time. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
I did. I got her the first time. Um, yeah, that basically what it boils down to is half luck and then half guessing what like feeding the answers that the enemy wants to hear. So there's not much to make a video on, I feel. So thank you, Marcus. Uh, and then we have oh God, how do I pronounce this guy's name? Raziel. I'm gonna call him Raziel. Uh, Raziel. Raziel. So he says, "Hello guys, love the podcast and was wondering what are your favorite character designs in the MegaTen game? Also, do you use the canon names for the main characters or do you make up your own?" Ooh,
Hmm.
so I
Best
guess
characters.
yeah,
I actually
so
like a left's
character
design in SMT2.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Since we're just, if we're talking about side games, I'm still gonna have to be biased with the Digital Devil Saga. I like Surfstone.
Yeah. Um, I guess the Chaos Hero from SMT1 is my favorite design. I had him for my YouTube avatars at the time. I have him as my Twitter pick. Um, whatever they call those. I really like him. I don't know why. Just the post fusion like weird like samurai armor thing he has going on. I think it's pretty cool. So,
Yeah, it looks.
Sir Lionheart, your favorite character design?
My favorite character design is Lilith.
Lilith.
No, no, I'm
Oh,
just saying that. No,
yeah.
but from the SMT stuff, was this the same dude that did some of the earlier Persona, like Persona 2?
I don't think so. No, I think it's
SMT4's artist is Masayuki Doi. That's I think he did some Trauma Center art, and that's
yeah,
about it.
yeah.
The art,
Um,
the art in
the guy who
SMT4 is
usually
pretty cool.
does, yeah, the art, the usual SMT artist guy is Kaneko,
Yeah.
but he's busy with other things, other mysterious things.
But if I had to say my favorite character design, and my cat just jumps on me here,
I have that problem too occasionally.
he just comes over here just rubbing on me. Uh, I want to say, can it be a character or a demon or does it matter?
I guess it doesn't matter. Just go
It
for it.
doesn't matter.
Just shoot.
So many to choose from. Like, there's so many demons. One in particular was the guy, I forgot his name, but it was like a black winged angel guy. It was like one of those guys that evolve from,
Um,
Talking about Seth,
not Seth.
um,
No,
Oh shoot.
Principality. No, he evolved into
Power.
that. I think
Power?
power. That
Power?
guy.
Oh,
I'm
Is
pretty
it the
sure it's
guy?
power.
It's the guy with the red armor. Or
God,
or are you thinking of Throne with like the fire ring thing?
I am thinking of. It's insane. I can't remember all these demons' names. I went through so many demons, but
Was
that
he a
was
boss or was he just like a?
he was just a regular demon.
Hmm.
He evolved from the gangster guy with the beanie, with the guns in his hand. He evolved into this
Hoodlum?
winged guy. It was
Uh,
crazy.
let's go to MegaTen Wiki and wasn't he named like Hoodlum or something?
Like
Whatever.
Hoodlum? Yeah.
Hoodlum, yeah,
Or Hooligan, something like that.
Yeah,
hooligan.
Hooligan. Yeah,
Hooligan.
that's his name.
Let's see, because I bet they'll have it on here. Um,
No, I don't think it does. Yeah, I'll see it.
oh, that's not good.
I mean, if not, I would probably say Alice because it reminds me a lot of Alice in Wonder. Unless they're supposed to be referencing that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think
it's
that's
supposed
supposed to
to.
be a reference.
Oh, that's pretty cool because I really
Japan
dig
likes
that.
their Alice in Wonderland references.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, Hooligan doesn't evolve. It looks like
Who
so.
it was somebody. I think I fused somebody
Yeah,
up. I'll probably
probably
remember it
remember.
after the podcast.
Uh, so
But
uh,
Alice definitely.
yeah. Um, and then also, do you use the canon names for main characters or do you make up your own?
Oh, I love making up my own names for the characters. Like I
Yeah, I make up
think
my own.
I always use my own name. So
I just have to just make up new names for each different character. Like almost for almost everything I do. This is not just strictly for Let's Plays. I just like creating new names. That's how I've always been ever since Final Fantasy IV. I just named everybody completely different. I just like making new names.
I'm very unoriginal. I just name all of the people my friends and also like female lead my girlfriend and then main character me every game.
Every game.
Every game, which usually is really weird because in a lot of SMT games you have to like kill everyone. And it's kind of like, oh no, well that was very
It
awkward. So
sucks.
especially
Oops.
SMT one, I was like, sorry about that, Shane.
Oops.
Okay, bye.
But yeah, I do enjoy like changing up the names. So if you ever have a kid, a daughter, if you need a name, come to me.
Yes.
Charging $5 per name.
Then like you should charge $5 and then give it just like a terrible name.
If you want a better
Her name
name,
is
I
hashtag.
need 15 more.
Do you need the
15
DLC?
the
You need the
DLC
deals.
name. Like I'm only gonna use 23 letters, or I would choose between the 23 letters. If you want the full alphabet, if you want me to, choose from the full alphabet letters, you need to pay a little bit more.
Yes.
Ridiculous.
If you want asterisks and special characters.
Yes, that's gonna be
Oh
an
my
extra.
god.
You're gonna have to get that special pack. That's like $20.
Well,
20 bucks. The
that
season pass.
yes.
Yes.
Then you can get the Game of the Year edition at the end, and they'll have everything on there.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're good on emails. We answered all 9 of them. Didn't think we would, but we did it.
Yeah.
So send us more emails, cathedralofshadows@gmail.com. Thanks
All
for
right.
listening, guys. Anything else to add? Anyone?
I don't know. Nope. Nothing.
You don't want to
We're
plug your
good.
YouTube channel?
Nope. I don't need to.
I'll
I
have a
don't
link
need
to
to.
your I'll have a link to your channel in the description. Don't you worry.
It feels so awkward plugging my own stuff. I just can't do it.
You should have listened to our last podcast. I'm a terrible person. Anyways, just plugged all my shit. Um, no, but
But yeah,
uh,
I mean, if you guys want to check my stuff, I guess you could check it out. I guess Rasen will have a
yep,
link below in the description.
yep, I totally will.
I do Let's Plays. I do random stuff. Sometimes I'll do like gaming shorts. I'll do combo expeditions. However you say that word, I'll do combo stuff.
Yes,
Exhibitions. Yes,
yes. There
there
we
you
go.
go.
Exhibition.
There you
You
go.
made me forget it. I was about to say exhibitions, and then like I
Extra
forgot.
missions.
Yes, extra missions, combo extra missions.
Exhibitions. But yeah, check it out if you're interested.
All right, so yep, that's it for Cathedral of Shadows
Yes.
episode 5. Yeah, 5. Yeah, I totally didn't forget. Haha.
Five.
Uh,
Yeah.
So that's it. See you guys next time.
Later.
Bye bye.